Hey yo guys, what's up and welcome back to Two Toe Tag's Metal Reviews, and today we're getting our first impressions of the brand new album from Ingested, Where Only Gods May Tread. Alright, so Ingested, dropping a new album. This is a band that we've covered on this channel before. We did their EP previously, we've reacted to several of their music videos, 3 singles from this album, all of which impressed us.
They were sick.
We loved the songs, the videos were cool. So the bar is pretty high for this album, and I'm a little scared at that because sometimes when I set my bar high, I come out a little disappointed. So I'm trying not to overhype, but it's hard to do because those songs were sick.
Yeah, it is difficult. When you have multiple awesome songs, like you hope, okay, were those the only ones, or is the rest of the album gonna follow suit with those?
Yeah.
Like, it's tough when they put out like great stuff already.
Exactly. So we're gonna see if this album delivers as we hope it's gonna deliver. We're gonna listen to it for the very first time in its entirety, and we'll be back in just a second to give you our first impressions. And we're back, and we just listened to Where Only Gods May Tread for the first time. I'm gonna hand the floor to TV Fish to give us his thoughts.
Alright guys, this album was really good on a first impression, I must say. And because we always like to leave off on a high note, I'm going to talk about my lowest rated track, and that is track number 8, Black Pill. The reason why I gave this song a 5 was because I couldn't say much about it. I said it was not bad, but the only thing about it really is that it kind of lacks a little bit of character. Now this band, one thing I really love about this band is that, you know, they're brutal death metal, but they put a lot of character and atmosphere into their music. They're very great at atmosphere building. And for what you're hearing, you'd expect songs to be like 2-3 minutes, but you're averaging around 4. But Black Pill didn't really jump out as much as other songs, because there were a lot of good songs on this album. Namely the song right before it, Another Breath, which is a song we did react to. There was a video, which was a cool video by the way. Honestly, I think Black Pill just unfortunately followed that song, because Another Breath to me is a perfect song. It builds so much atmosphere. Kirk Windstein's voice is awesome on it. They have a few guest vocalists on this album. He's one of them. It's such an evil, mean sounding song, almost very emotional sounding song as well. Like, it's just everything about this band that it's cool is in that song. I think if you want to, you know, say to someone, hey, go check out Ingested, and give them one song that really wraps it up into a package, give them Another Breath, because that song is just beautiful.
Yeah, I'll add to Another Breath and say that I also really like that song. And as TV Fish just said, there's a few vocal guests on this album, 3 to be exact, and that's the only song, in my opinion, where the vocal guests mattered. Because I feel like in The Burden of Our Failures, which had Vince from Acacia Strain on there, I felt like it was almost pointless having a vocal guest because it was difficult to even distinguish which guy was which. They were too similar.
I can notice.
And then I mean you can notice, but
I guess it's not
similar.
It's not as distinct as Kirk Windstein.
Kirk was very distinct, yeah. Matt Honeycutt, who I just discovered, I didn't know who this guy was, from a band called Kubla Khan TX. He was on the song Black Pill, which was your lowest rated song. Also one of my lowest rated songs. This guy's voice did stand out a little more, but the song was very flat. The song just didn't have anything memorable about it. But yeah, Another Breath was actually really good. What did you think about the beginning track, Follow the Deceiver, the kicking off the album?
I think Follow the Deceiver is a good way of kicking the album off, because there's a lot happening. Like, this song is like around like 4-ish minutes long, but it feels like a lot longer because there's so many different sections, so many different things happening. And
I agree.
It's, you know, a little bit deceptive for a band, you know, with this kind of sound to really pack that much into their music.
Yeah, and you know what? That was one of my highest rated songs, to be honest, because I just love it. It just fucking slays, man. Like, I use that word a lot when I'm describing music because I think it suits it. But it's just brutal, and you know, everything about it, the drums, the riffing, the vocals, there's fucking some sick screams. And the fact that it feels longer than it really is, I think is a good thing, because you're listening to it, it's taking you on a bit of an adventure, and you're going, holy crap, it is like, I checked the time about halfway through thinking the song was close to done, and I was like, holy crap, these guys still got another 2.5 minutes of fucking brutality to give me. This is awesome. I love when that stuff happens. But an amazing way to kick off the album.
Yeah, the only issue I really had with that song at all was that it was kind of hard to really get a sense of form because there was so much happening, but I've only heard it one time, so of course, the more I listen to it, the more it'll be easier to be like, oh yeah, these parts. But I think that song is a really good example of how much diversity there is in the voice. Mm-hmm. There's deep gutturals, growls, but there's really nice high screams. Like, there's a really good mix of the two.
And nothing like falsetto or anything like that, but there's there are some like
just the higher
some
pitch.
Nice screams, yeah.
Yeah. One of the most interesting screams I actually found in the last track, which by the way is 9 minutes long.
9:17.
Which is crazy thinking about, wow, you know, these are like long ones for brutal death metal, 4 minutes, and then bam, 9-minute song at the end, which is a pretty cool song, Leap of the Faithless. But there is one point of it that has this really, oh no, sorry, it was Forsaken and Desolation, I got it mixed up, which is the second last track. It has this really, really low growl in it that you don't hear on the rest of the album. It's like such a unique part. I never hear that specific growl in the rest of it. But on the topic of the last track, what did you think of it?
The last track was really cool, and like you said, this is kind of unheard of for this genre to have a song this long. It's got a nice build up. There's some really interesting rhythmic patterns between the drums and the vocals.
Oh, that
it goes
sick.
It goes through a few different transitions, but they all blend together very well. It breaks down to this really rad drum groove section at about the 2.5 minute mark. It almost sounds like it could be ending there, but then you look at the time and there's like 6.5 minutes left, and you're like, holy crap. Again, at about the 6 minute mark or 6:30 mark, it sounds like it's ending, but then it picks back up again. Like, it really goes on a roller coaster, and it's done very well. A lot of bands will put songs like this together and they don't flow as well as this, and I think it's a testament to this band's just their skill that they can put a song like this together and have it sound unique to the rest of the album, not only because it's long, but because it's diverse in its sound, and it kind of goes on a bit of a roller coaster. It's an amazing album closer. The way it ends is really cool.
It ends as it starts.
It's nothing super special, but it's just well executed, I can say.
Yeah.
It kind of fades down to, like, I guess all you have left is guitar and maybe a subtle drum beat happening, then the drum beat kind of fades out, and I'm just trying to go off memory here. We've only listened to it once.
Yeah, it does end with the same kind of guitar thing as the beginning.
Yeah, so overall though, like, fucking really cool song. Not my highest rated, but I thought it was a super strong album closer, and I commend them for going 9 minutes and 17 seconds on a track, because I wasn't expecting that.
Oh yeah, same.
Let me talk about my highest rated track. You know what? It is one of my highest rated tracks actually, and it's actually the first single they released, and we reacted to the video, Impending Dominance. I made a comment in that video, and the guys in the band actually retweeted it out because they thought they liked what I said, and I'm gonna say it again here because these guys bring it to the 7th level of hell, and that's how I feel when I listen to this song, because these grooves are the nastiest fucking thing you will hear. They are just disgusting, and I can't say anything else about it. It's fucking awesome.
It's funny how, like, that song started pretty good, and then it hit this one riff, and that's when it hit me, oh, that's why this song's amazing. Like, now I remember.
This track number 9, Forsaken and Desolation, has a very similar groove vibe to Impending Dominance, but it just doesn't quite slam as hard. It's still really cool, but it just missed the mark just barely. But Forsaken and Desolation is a really cool song. Impending Dominance is probably my favorite song so far. Follow the Deceiver, also really strong. The rest of the songs are good, but one of the gripes I had is that they all kind of just mesh together. But with more listens and dissecting it and, hearing it over and over in repetition, I think we're gonna find some interesting things about this album as we listen to it for the entire week. That's what we're going to do to develop our opinions and gather our thoughts for our full and final review next week. That's it for this video, guys. So leave a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Comment down below and let us know what you guys think of this album. That's it from us for now. I'm Vile Self.
I'm TV Fish.
We'll see you guys on the next one.